Hello everyone and welcome back to Pilates with Bonnie. Today I'm going to be taking you through a full body feel-good Pilates class so we can get those endorphins going. You won't need any equipment at all, just yourself, your mat and your favourite playlist on in the background. Let's get started. So we're going to start on our backs today, so scooch around, pop your hands behind your knees and slowly roll all the way down onto your back and readjust yourself if you need. And then just starting with a few deep breaths to warm up through our core. So place your hands on your rib cage and then take a nice deep inhale through your nose and then a long deep exhale through your mouth. Every inhale, I want you to imagine your rib cage expanding from the front, the side, the back of your ribs. And then as you exhale, start to slide your ribs down towards your hips and pull your belly button through to the back of your spine. So this is your Pilates breath here. So we breathe in through the nose, filling up the lungs, and breathe out through the mouth, starting to warm up through the core. One more big breath here, in through the nose, and a long deep breath out through the mouth. Beautiful. Popping your hands behind your head, feet hip distance apart. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose again. And then as you exhale, this time lift your head and shoulders all the way off the mat. So we inhale to lower down and exhale to lift up. Just like we did before, every time you lift up, I want you to think about your ribs sliding down towards your hips, belly button pulling through to the back of the spine, core nice and tight. You've just got 4 more here before we add on. Last 2. Keep those shoulders away from your ears, elbows nice and wide. Last 1. On your next one, I want you to lift your right leg. So we lift up, bring your right leg to tabletop, lower it back down, and then lower down. So we go lift, opposite leg to tabletop, lower down, and then lower completely. We've just got a few more here before we add another layer. But if the next one is too uncomfortable for you or you feel like your lower back is coming off the bed. We're not in reformer, are we? We're on the mat. If you feel like your lower back is coming off the mat, then I want you to keep with this one here. If you feel good here, we're going to add on. So we lower down, exhale, we lift up, both legs are going to slowly come to tabletop. They slowly lower back down, and then you lower your head, neck, and shoulders. And again, we go lift, feet up, feet down, head down. Keep going. You've really got to make sure your core is extremely tight so that you're protecting your lower spine, making sure nothing is lifting off the mat. Give me just 4 more here. See if you can get your shoulder blades all the way off, not just your neck and your head. Really point through the toes. We've got 2 more here. Last one, we hold it up. Bring your legs to tabletop. From here, keeping your legs at a 90-degree angle, I want you to tuck your pelvis in. Imagine your knees are pulling towards your nose, and then you return back to that tabletop position. It only needs to be a tiny little slow and controlled movement to really get those lower abs. You've got 6 more here. Exhale every time the knees come in. Beautiful. You've just got 4 more. Even if you can only lift a couple centimeters off the mat, that's totally fine. Last 3. For 2. On your last one, hold it back in tabletop. Keep your legs still, reach your arms down by your side. Little reaches to finish, just for 10. 9, imagine your shoulder blades are lifting off that mat. Reach your fingertips past your glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Oh my gosh, my abs are already burning. That is what we like to feel. All right, nice work. From here, we're gonna roll onto our side. So come all the way up, pop onto your side, coming down onto one forearm, so making sure that elbow is underneath your shoulder, coming into a clam position with your feet. As usual, always lifting up from the side, the underside oblique, so we're not sinking into that side, we're not sinking into that shoulder. Pointing the toes, your top hand can either be on your hip or it can be on the mat. Choice is yours. From here, we're just going to lift the knee and lift the ankle, keeping in that clam position. So we lift up and then lower down. So I want you to try and keep your knee and foot at the same height the entire time. So I don't want to see this or I don't want to see this. So keep the knee, the foot at the same height. Beautiful. Nice and easy for now. We're going to be adding on a few layers here. Just starting to warm up that side glute as well. Our core is nice and warm now, so I want you to use it. So belly button pulling through to your spine. Just 4 more like this. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Control it down. Don't just drop it down for 2. Last one. And come down. Then we're going to lift our hip off the mat. So you're going to lift up and then lower down. So using this underside oblique to lift the hips up and control it down. I want you to think about your bottom rib and your bottom hip trying to kiss towards each other. Lift and close. Create some nice rolls there with your skin. Just 4 more here. Nice, keep going. 3. Exhale, lift. 2. 1 more. Now we're going to add it all together. So you're going to lift your knee, your foot, and your hips off the mat. Ready? We lift up, lower down. Keep going. Lift and lower. You've got 7 more. Really squeezing that bottom glute to try and lift you up a little bit higher. Last 5. Exhale, lift 4. Keep going nice and strong. If you need to keep the hip down and just do that leg, you can. For 2. Last one, we hold it up. Extend your top leg long. You're going to sweep your foot in front of you so it's in line with your hip. Then flex your foot, kick it to the back. Sweep in front, flex, sweep to the side. Beautiful. Inhale in front, exhale to the side. You've got 5 more here. I know it's strong. You can drop down that hip if you need. Last 4. Just for 3, working that underside shoulder as well for 2. Give me 1 more. Hold it to the side, point your toes, extend your opposite arm out towards the side. We exhale to pull the knee in and then reach it long. So we look towards the knee, look towards the mat. Let's go for 6. Keep that hip lifted if you can. My underside glute is burning. You've got 3. Lift that leg for 2. 1 more. We hold it to the side. Little pulses with the leg to finish for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Beautiful work. I think everything is burning now. My shoulder, my glute, my core. All right, let's keep going though. Hand out to the side, so you're lying completely down now. I feel like I look like a seal in this position. I don't know what animal it is that I'm thinking, but something that's at the ocean that just lazes around. Your top hand can be on the mat or it can be on your hip if you want a little bit of an extra challenge. From here, you're in one long line, making sure those hips are stacked, lifting that bottom oblique off the mat. You can clearly tell that I teach a lot of reformer. From here, point your toes. You're going to lift both feet up, lower both feet down. Lift them up, lower down. So you breathe out to help you lift. Breathe in to control it down. Again, I don't want you to see you just dropping those legs down. Half of the work is in that slow release down. Nice, so we're starting to work this top side oblique now. You've got 4 more here. If you want an extra challenge, take away this hand. Last 2. 1 more, we hold both legs lifted. Just your top leg is going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 6. For 5. We're going to add on in 4. Point those toes. 3, 2, Last one, back together. You're going to bend that top knee now in towards your chest. Extend it long, then we lift and lower. Bend, extend, lift and lower. Perfect, let's go. You've got 5 more like this. Keeping that bottom foot off that mat the entire time. You've got 3 more here. We're holding it at the end. I'm starting to feel it in that top oblique now. You've got 2. Last one. You're holding both legs lifted. Option 1, you can hold it here. Option 2, slowly take your hand up towards the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, reach the arm, reach the feet for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. That one's a burner. Tiny movements, but you can feel it, can't you? All right, rolling onto your back from here. Your hands are going to come behind your head, and you're going to bring your right leg into tabletop. We're going to come into an oblique curl and a glute bridge combo. So point those toes, or point that toe, the right ones. From here, you're going to add an oblique twist. So we exhale to lift the left elbow to right knee. Then you lower back down to your start position. Lift up into a glute bridge. So you're driving through that bottom heel, squeeze the glute, lift the hips, and then lower back down. So we twist, and then add a glute bridge. Perfect, keep going. We twist, and lift. Twist, and lift. Nice, you've got 6 more combos here. We're warming up that left glute here, getting those abs involved as well. Last 4. Really twisting that elbow across for 3. Driving through that left heel for 2. Last one. We're going to hold that oblique twist. Hold it there. Extend your right leg long towards the floor. Exhale, pull it back in. So we breathe in, extend it long, point the toes. Breathe out, pull it in. Nice. 6 more. Inhale. Exhale, pull. See if you can tap your left elbow to your right knee every single time. Last 4. For 3. 2. Give me 1 more. Hold it in that twist. Extend your left hand long, little pulses. Pulse. Pulse. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Come all the way down. Beautiful. Pop your hands to the side. Both feet are parallel, hip distance apart. You're going to lift up your heels. We're going to come into a double leg glute bridge. So on your exhale, you're tucking your pelvis, lifting your glutes up towards the ceiling, and then breathing in to lower them down about 90% of the way. So we lift, lower down. I don't want your bum to touch that mat the entire time. So your bum is just hovering off that mat before you lift it straight back up. Keep those heels lifted if you can. If you need to, you can drop them down. We'll just be feeling it a little bit more in our calves here. Let's go for 4 more. Pull the ribs in, scoop the abs. I don't want to see you flaring up like this. Keeping your bra straps up your upper back on the mat, tucking that pelvis under instead. Last 3. For 2. Keep going. Last one, we hold it up. You're going to slowly drop your right heel down, lift it up. Left heel down, lift it up. Keep going. Down and lift. Down and lift. I want you to really slowly drop that heel down. You'll start to feel those shakes. Give me 2 more each side. Keep those ribs knitted in. Core tight. 1 more each side. Both heels lifted, little pulses to finish. Up and down. Tiny little inch down, tiny little inch up. Just for 10. 9, squeeze it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Beautiful. Pop your hands behind your head. We're coming into that other side. So this time, hands behind the head, your left leg is in tabletop. We come into that oblique twist and glute bridge combo. So we exhale to lift, right elbow to left knee this time. Lower back down, lift the glutes up, lower down completely. We twist, return, lift, lower. Twist, return, lift, and lower. Full body here. Everything is going. 4 more combos. Last 3. Just for 2. Give me 1 more. Once you finish this last one, hold it in that oblique twist. Extend that left leg long. Exhale to pull it back in. Breathe in, lengthen away. Imagine I'm pulling your foot away. Breathe out, tap your knee to your elbow. You've got 6 more here before we pulse it out. Last 5. Can you twist your chest a little bit further whilst keeping your hips still? Just for 3. For 2. Last one. Hold it in. Extend your right arm past your left leg. Little pulses. Twist. Twist. Feel those obliques. You've got 8, 7, 6. A little bit further for me. Just for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a bit of loving. Rock from side to side. And then we're going to come up and go all the way onto that other side. So cross your feet, pop your hands behind your knees, roll all the way up, and then let's turn around to the other side. So we're going to come down onto our forearm, and then you're coming into that clam position. Your top hand can either be on your mat or on your hip. For now, pointing those toes, clam position, we're just doing that leg. So we lift the knee, lift the ankle at the same height, then we lower down. Lift it up. And lower. Beautiful. Keep going. Just starting to warm up through that other side glute now. You've got 5 more here. For 4, 3, 2. Last one. We're going to go to those hip lifts. So readjust if you need. You're going to lift your hips up, lower your hips down. Lift, squeeze that side oblique, lower down. Nice. Keep going. 6 more here. Have a look in the mirror or have a look underneath you. Make sure this elbow isn't away. You won't be able to lift your hips up as far. It needs to be tucked in nice and close towards you. Last 3. For 2. 1 more. We're going to add it all together. So we lift the knee, lift the foot, lift the hips. Let's go. We lift and lower. You know what's coming. Let's keep going. And down. But then we get to lie down on our sides. You've got 5. Just for 4. For 3. 2. Hold your next one up. Hold it up. Extend your top leg. You point, sweep to the front. Flex, sweep to the side. Point, sweep to the front. Flex to the side. Again, you can lower down on that hip if you need. Let's go. 4 more. Just for 4. Imagine that top leg is working through water. I want you to keep your hips still. Nothing else is moving. Last 2. You've got 1 more. Hold it to the side. Point your toes. Extend your top arm. We exhale to pull. Knee to elbow. Inhale to reach away. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. You've just got 6. For 5. 4 more. Look to the knee. Look to the floor. For 3. You know we've got pulses to finish. 2. Give me 1 more. Hold it to the side. Little pulse for 10. 9, 8, 7. Final 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lie down. Whew. All right, that is a killer set. Extend your arm long against the floor. Extend both legs long. Top hand is on the floor for now, unless you want to take it to your hip for an extra challenge. Then making sure everything is in line, you're going to lift both feet up off the floor and then lower them slowly back down. Lift it up, lower down. I want you to really focus in on using that top oblique and your inner thighs and glutes to lift those legs up. Try to completely relax your upper body, so there should be no tension in your neck or your shoulders. 4 more here. Keep the toes pointed, legs long and strong. I've just realized this week that floppy feet is my pet peeve. All right, you've got 2 more here. Hold it up on 1. Just that top leg. We lift and lower. Keep going. Because floppy feet means your whole leg is just floppy and it's not working as much as it could. So you're not getting the full benefit out of the exercise. Even if your feet aren't pointed like a ballerina, they just need to be stretched as much as you can so that leg is working properly. You've got 4 more here. Just for 3. For 2. Last one. We're going to add that knee tuck in. Bend the knee in. It only needs to be a little bend as well. Extend, lift, lower. If you can only get a tiny bend, that's totally fine. As long as nothing else is moving. I don't want you to bring it in and then everything drops and relaxes. A tiny movement is all we're looking for. Give me 4 more combos like this before we hold it out to the side. Last 3. Just for 2. Final 1. Hold both legs together out to the side. You've got 10 seconds here. If you can, extend your top arm up to the ceiling. Last 8, 7, 6. See if you can lift your feet an inch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. All right, bring your knees in. Roll all the way up to the side. Quick little stretch here before we go into our last little burner. Take one arm up and over. Stretch out that side oblique. And just hold it there for 3. For 2. And 1. We're going to swap to that other side. Cross the knees around. Arm comes up and over. Reaching the fingertips away. Stretching out that side. Enjoying that stretch while it lasts. All right. For 3. For 2. And 1. Come all the way up. All right, let's go. We're coming to all 4s here. So, starting with your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your wrists. We're going to be coming up into a hovered position, so it is quite challenging. So if that doesn't feel comfortable for you today, you do not need to do it. You can keep both knees down. All right? If not, you're coming with me though. So, toes tucked under, extend your right leg long behind you. You're going to lift up your knee. Before you do so, core is engaged nice and tight. Lift up that knee. From here, you're pressing into a 3-legged dog. So you're lifting that right leg up, straightening your left leg. Then we come back down into that hover position, lower the leg, lift the leg. So we lift up, hover position, tap and squeeze. I promise we're not here for long. You've already done 3, which means you've got 5 more to go. That's it. Last 4. Stretch out that hamstring whilst you're in that 3-legged dog. For 3. 2. Last 1. Hold it in that hover position. Little pulse to finish. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's burning. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that knee. Keep your right leg lifted. So untuck your toes. All right, from here, we're coming into a hamstring curl. So you flex your foot, bend your knee in, little pulse up and up. Then we point, extend. So we flex to bend, little pulse up, up, point, extend. Imagine your leg is working through water here. Extend and bend. Let's go. Tiny squeezes. Point, extend. Flex to bend, add that pulse, point, extend. You've got 4 more here. You've just got 3. That right glute should be starting to fire up now for 2. Last one, hold it bent, little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Come back into a child's pose just for 1 breath here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Rock those hips and then come all the way up. We are coming straight onto that other side. So you're extending your left leg long this time, tucking your right toes under, lifting your left leg. So we push up into that hover position. Straighten both legs, bend that bottom leg. We tap, lift, stretch, hover, tap, lift. You've got 6 more here. 2 down, 6 to go. You've got 4 more. I know it's strong, but it's our final push of class. Last 2. Give me 1 more. Hold it in that hover. We pulse for 10, 9, pulse 8, squeeze 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that knee down. Untuck your toes. Let's go. We flex, hamstring curl, 2 little pulses. Point the toes, extend it long. Flex, bend, 2 pulses. Point, extend. Nice. Let's go. Let's work those glutes. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling good. Feeling like I can take on the day. Maybe with a little nap involved. I went to Ed Sheeran last night, and traffic in Dubai sometimes is not great. It's just a free-for-all. So it was a very late bedtime, or early I should say, but that's okay, it was worth every second. All right, give me 2 more here. Last one, hold it in, little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. All right, you have one tiny last little bit before we are done. Both knees are down, both toes are tucked under. You're going to lift your knees into a hover position. We come into our downward dog. So press your chest towards your thighs, lower your heels down. Then we hover those knees back down in all fours. So we press back, stretch the legs. That should feel like a nice stretch after that glute work. And then down into all fours. You've got 6 more here. We've got some knee taps after this, and then you are done. Last 4. Just for 3. Stretch the back of the legs. Engage the core to come forward. For 2. Last 1. Hold it in all fours. We tap the knees down, lift, down, lift. For 8. 7, exhale to lift, keep the core tight, shoulders away from your ears, pushing away from the mat. For 3, 2, last 1, hold the knees lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees down and come into a child's pose. Drop the forehead down onto the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. 1 more big breath in and out. And then that is us done today for our Feel Good Pilates class. I feel so good, honestly. Endorphins are up here. All right, let's finish with our affirmation card of the day. So I will randomly choose one now, and then I'll pop it on the screen at the end for you to have a read through. If you have any questions at all, please pop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I am out of breath. All right, I'll see you next time on the mat. Bye. Mwah.